Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, Secret versus mudgolems is kicking off right now. I'm Pixel here, joined by the fabulous Fog. Fog, looking forward to this one. What sort of stands out to you from the draft? Is this a game where you're looking at sort of the ideas, the heroes that Puppy's come up with, and you're pretty scared for mudgolems, or do you think mudgolems got a solid response?
Well, Fada just took a tower hit. 1 second. Fine. He's gonna get the D ward right away, so that's exciting, but it gets taken out that right away. It looks like a pretty standard secret draft.
Yeah.
Like this looks like a lot of what they've been doing. And Fada, level 1 arcane orb up on Nisha. Damage coming out. It is no joke. That times now too. The higher nukes now, it does feel like, and they'll push him away. They get the ward too, and yeah, secret draft is very. I think both teams got kind of the heroes that they wanted to go with, right? Because they even go for this 33 Brewmaster. We know that 9 likes the Pango, and we know that Skeeter does like to play as Ricky. So I feel like both teams kind of got what they wanted to, but Secret, they've got this X Factor, this Chen. This hero can always just change the way that you want to be looking at the game, and we'll see if mudgolems can handle the pressure of what he does usually bring with this.
Let's have a look. Do have a brief pause here, but over I mean, on the side of mudgolems, we saw the Ricky obviously in the earlier series today. I mean, this hero in general, do you think this hero is going to have a better chance in a game like this compared to when we saw Viking GG try it out in the last series?
No, not really, honestly.
No.
I feel like this hero wants to take time, and I see Chen and Furion, and Chen and Nature's Prophet, that's heroes that just won't give you time. It's also a pretty low intelligence hero, so your mana pool is always going to be low. OD he's going to be able to plop you every single time with those sanities. I expect Nisha to probably do that pretty often. Like Ricky he's pretty much Troll Warlord with his.
See already up top, Puppy. Again, they're looking onto the duo lane here from mudgolems. So 33 is able to get the grab with the creep wave. Will manage to take it round to a safer spot. The blocking of these camps to make sure that they don't give up lane control here on these first few waves.
I'm keeping my eye mostly on the mid lane because I haven't seen this matchup since changes for some of these heroes. So I want to see what Nisha's able to do. Just going for the Arcane Orb build. I feel like that's going to make it pretty hard for 9 in a few moments here. Like another level or two on Nisha.
Yeah,
he's able to push 9 out a lot.
He's going to have to bring a fair bit of regen in. I mean, he's still got what, sort of 3 tangos to play with, 400 gold towards the bottle. But already...
Look how much damage each hit does do.
There's a lot being done here by Nisha in this lane. 9's still able to do a good job of getting in on the wave, though. Even on the CS, 6 for 3 against the 6 for 3. But yeah, as you say, this is not going to get easier for the Pango unless we do start to see some sort of movements coming. I mean, is there any sort of way they could do something about the mid lane and alleviate that pressure that's going to come out from the OD once he gets the levels on Nisha?
Probably just the 4-minute mark. If there's a rune exchange going on, maybe we'll see Viper go for the setup there, or if anything else, just a TP on the tower from something like Fada. But besides that, I think they're just gonna have to accept the fact that 9 is gonna be on his own, and he'll have to just cover afterwards. It's gonna be a little bit of a rough lane, but like we said, he's getting himself a little bit of something.
Yeah, he's sure getting a little low on the HP, but now he's able to get that regen out. Bottle on his way over in the courier. Fine to play around here.
Top lane is definitely going to be the one where there's the most sacrifice. I feel like 33 is going to continuously have a tough time up here. He's either putting a 1v1 versus the Monkey King, or he has to just run at Puppy, who just manipulates the waves around. And Puppy, as you see, level 1, he's taking almost 0 experience from Matumba, man. So this Monkey King is going to have those high levels to be able to zone anybody that he's up, either of these two that he's up against.
Yeah, he's doing the best he can really against this, right? He's 33, he's just trying to grab the creep waves that he can.
Yeah.
So he's at least getting some XP and farm out of this. But as you say, just not able to of course, put any pressure onto top lane, onto the Monkey King early on.
And I feel like 33 in this game is pretty important. Like, they have this Pango, they have this 9 Pango mid who's going to be that big team fighter for their team, but they need this Brewmaster to have an okay time. Otherwise, he can get brought down so easily, or his Brew, his Brew just gets killed in the midst of everything. There is a lot of physical damage that's going to be coming out from it. Side with the King.
Well, 10 seconds to the rune spawn, and already we see the move coming in from Secret. There's Yapsol, and he's going to be in position
It's
to
late.
mark the bottom rune, and yeah, they're not going to quite be able to get here in time, it looks like Mudgolems. Even if they did
Late for
Yapsol,
Biver.
he's able to get that rune, and yeah, no refill for Biver, so he's just down to a Fairy Fire now.
9 Slife. Even more difficult, so he's gonna he's gonna go back all the way to base to get the mana up, and Nisha gonna have a full level advantage out of that. So all 3 cores have really solid time right now on the side of Secret.
See Matsu to jump in onto 33 off the mark, turns over towards Biver, maybe with some good micro and keep Biver control. Puppey trying to do his best with the creeps, and it looks to be good enough. Again, just continuing to block up the attempted escape from Biver. And that will set up the first blood for Matumbaman. Back over towards mid. 9. He has managed to ship himself out of south, so again, just having to go through so much regen to withstand staying in this area against Nisha. You see it now, 27-11 against DP, 18 for 3. And it really is getting hard. Nisha, just a few hundred gold away from having this Meteor Hammer rush complete.
And we see he's going for this max Astro build, so he'll be able to set up his own Meteor Hammer plays for himself too if he does do that. Great start here for Secret. Already a 2k advantage just from straight up lane setups, from how much they're just able to farm. Zai not under pressure when he has the backup of Yapsor always near him. And yeah, mid lane, as we've said multiple times, same thing with top. They've just got a nice firm grasp of this.
Oh yeah, 2k advantage across the board. But once the Meteor Hammer's out, you've got to be so careful. I mean, any of these sort of swashbuckles into an Astral and a Hammer, Nisha might just have to kill if Nine's not too careful.
It's so value really for Nisha too, because on top of the stats that it gives you, which is always one of the big reasons, and his Astral combo, now he can threaten the tower. They have another tower pusher. So this mid, it's going to start getting threatened by an OD. But they're already starting to ping it. Rubik, we see he pings and he's like, oh god, there's a Meteor Hammer. Our catapult wave is dead. We're going to have to start doing something about this OD.
We go 9. It's the swash up, so we'll manage to make it out. And should be able to hit 6 off this wave. Continue to play very, very aggressively. TP will now come in over towards the mid lane. And they're going to try and make a go on it. They've got both supports moving in. They can punish Nisha here with Rolling Thunder. They'll have the control to do so. Nisha goes down. A very, very needed move there from Mudgolems to bring the supports in to try and slow Nisha's game down, and they'll be able to do it.
And they'll pause it in his face. Nice move by Biver. I like the patience from him. He stayed there for a good 20 seconds just waiting for the opportunity, waiting for that Astral to go out. 9 kind of baits it with jumping forward, and they get a good setup. Much needed for 9 to get back into the game.
Very skill to get there for Mudgolems. And once more, again, the bait. I mean, Nisha, you know, he feels strong, right? He's got this early item finish, and he's not quite prepared for probably both supports to come in. You know, sure, he sort of sees one of them heading over, but he has to TP over into trees, and with 6 being hit, combo is there, and that dream spot to ever find a hero in that mid lane around these stairs as the Pango. No escape from that ultimate.
And no way to counter gank it or anything either, so they just keep pressuring their lanes. It's got about 18 seconds. Great move. Still 33, really suffering. You know, he's only level 4 on this Brewmaster up top, while we look at Zai, 5.5. He's having a much better time on this off lane. And they're going to be able to abuse that. As we said, Secret, they're going to look to set the tempo. And the one good thing I do see for Mudgolems, at least besides having, you know, Pango, who's going to help defend those towers when he's set up on them with his Rollinger, is they do have pretty decent deep push, right? Between the Grimstroke and the Rubik, they should be able to slow down a little bit of those pushes are coming out. But you have to expect Secret. They're going to look to start making surrounding plays pretty early on, once they hit the MP6 in particular.
Yeah, and I like the build-up here from Matumbaman on the Monkey King this game. I mean, of course, we're very used to sort of seeing the Ags being rushed, but going for that Maelstrom first. And I wouldn't really be too surprised if he still does go for the Aghanims after. But this sort of build-up, I mean, I've seen this in games, and it's incredibly disruptive. You know, it's no longer sort of, oh, you rush the Ags and then you turn up, and sure, you can farm quickly. Just having that Maelstrom first in the build-up just gets so much more done, and it just speeds up the pace of your next time, if it is going to be that Ags. And if he gets away with a good timing on it, which so far he hasn't been interrupted at all in this laning phase, it's going to be very hard for mudgolems to deal with the damage that just come out from this Monkey King.
Yeah, I always like seeing the variation from player to player. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of, especially when like OG was playing it in, I mean, this is quite a long time ago again, but when they were the ones popularizing it like 4 or 5 months ago when we were at the Omega League and all that, they were the only ones doing aggregates. Everyone else was doing stuff. People all still have their various ways of looking at it.
She's 33. 5 right now. His build up straight into the Ags himself.
Skeeter, looking to pressure Zai here. Zai will be okay. There, you can see that Secret's trying to make a move, especially top. That's why they're trying to set up a little bit onto 33s. They have the Wrath of Nature. So Zai is waiting to get in a good position to go for that. If they can look to punish anyone. He's hiding so far back. He's gonna chill out and farm a little bit here.
Skeeter, yeah, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what this hero wants to do. As we saw sort of in the last series, it's when the hero's sort of faced with a game that's going to end in sort of pre-30 minutes, that's when it hurts the most. You just don't have the opportunity to get these first 2 items up that are all important.
Oh. That's a nice pickup for Nisha. He got himself the fairy trinket on the OD.
All right. For the Blink next. Sure that he has that initiation and also, of course, that ability to save himself. Self-astral and the Blink escape.
Yeah, they're just chilling. They're not actually looking to force it too hard. No opportunity really. They're not really trying to like force the issue, but if something, his eye still, he's hanging really far back. He's still waiting to see if it does get out of position to get that wrath in front of him. So far, mudgolems keeping those lanes in a really good spot for them to catch up in this fight. Ricky catching up in the last hits, same thing for 9. Net worth difference is still there, but they're getting themselves a little bit.
Nisha attempt for the combo here. Not quite with the timing to catch 9. Pushing the wave back into it.
Yeah, he just took the wave so that they can't set up on him again inside that river spot. Then he just goes back to farming jungle. So a lot of just back and farming here for Steve.
I mean, which is, you know, I'm happy to see this. This is going to scale up to something pretty exciting. You know, is this Ricky just going to have that power once he gets these items, or is Matu always going to be a step ahead as the Monkey King? See which carry is going to have the easier time in a game where both are given the space to get the farm early on.
Yep. Smoke coming out from mudgolems looking to punish. They have the haste on 9, so this could look pretty good if they can actually find anyone out of position, but Secret all the way retreated to their
deep
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles
Very
away.
defensive position. I think they're kind of just chilling out, wanting these levels. Like Yaps are probably wanting his 6. They probably want Puppy to just be able to sit back and get his max. It does do that from time to time when they do have the Chen. Picking up these first set of items before they look to make a big move. Just themselves with these.
I think understandably for mudgolems, they're going to want to make their moves very carefully. Starting to put a bit of pressure onto the tier 1 tower top at least.
Yeah, 33's gotten a lot of space after he's got now the Ogre Club finished up to on top of the urn. Quite a bit more survivable for him. Little arcane ring, so he has his mana pool. He has mana pool for his toolkit. Yapsar is 6 now, so he can actually set up. That's the one thing they were really lacking, is just a way to get into there. He's got this Vendetta now at the ready if he'd like to.
Yeah, do you Secret want to try and fight around here?
Okay, maybe. 33.
Let's see if they can burst him down before he gets the chance for the ult. They're getting him low, but oh, and there comes the hammer. The Standard Easy's dropped to 33, no chance to get off the primal split. And with that, Astro and Nisha will pick up a second. Secret, they will turn up to hold, and strongholds as well. Just throwing everything, making sure they burst down the brew before 33 is able to play.
Yeah, in a very patient manner the way they set up for that one too. It looked like maybe they weren't going to, and then just boom, at quick succession they all collapsed. This 9, he set up from a tumble. They kind of left him alone now.
The cloud's down, Rolling Thunder to follow up. 9's got a good angle here as well to control the Monkey King. And with that, they'll get the kill. Secret, as clean as the defense was of the tier 1, they weren't prepared for sort of as clean as a defense from mudgolems on their own tower. Leaving Matumba Man behind. They weren't prepared for that punchback from mudgolems at all.
No, they full out ditched him. Tower will drop, and I mean, they still will have 33's brew split. I think Puppey does have his mech finished up, so that's one of his big things that they like to play around. He's getting close to 60, so they're going to have good ways to counteract some of the damage that is coming in. Nisha getting set up on here.
Yeah,
He gets Astral.
He's heading over. They want to go for this. It's up into the high ground. They're going to try with the telekinesis into the primal split. Nisha being focused. Mech will be popped, but 33's got good control here with the Earth. Brewling. Another Astral to buy some time for Nisha. See if he can't get it his way out of this. He's low, and they'll find him. Mudgolems, some big kills there back to back. Matumba Man on the top lane, and now into Nisha in the mid lane, and also just getting Skeeter involved. Bottom lane, Yapsor, he's been able to find in the Fada. Kill behind. Secret will manage to take that tier 1 tower. Do have some members of Mudgolems heading down it.
I was getting some lag too. I think it's not just them.
Going nicely. But some big kills. You look at this Ricky, right? You know, Skeeter's sort of shot up to the top. You know, when he's sort of playing this game as the Ricky and going for the Battle Fury Aghanim's, if you're able to get something done once you have the 2 swords alone in your inventory, you're going to be feeling very happy, and especially getting involved in a kill like that on Tanisha's OD.
I mean, if you're utilizing your mid and your off lanes ultimate like that to get their opposing core heroes killed, it's going to be so beneficial, right? Both that Pango ulti as well as that Brewmaster ulti on their first usages have gotten themselves a kill.
See mid.
Setting up for this mid.
They're going to try. Astrals are out here. Nisha looking for the follow-up timing, but the Rolling Thunder comes in from 9. He's able to disrupt it all. Comes crashing through with the stun. Yapsor will fall. Boundless down onto 9. He swashbuckle off to the side. Matu's trying to chase, but 9, he's going to be able to get out there or not. Astral catches him once more. They will finish off 9. This time Secret able to find the trade. They do, of course, lose Yapsor, finding 9 in return for it.
This meter hammer is like getting him into some awkward positioning.
Ben's just going to be able to step straight up. Nisha. The Self-Astral still has a lot of Secret around him. Wukon's command is going to be dropped down by Matumba Man. Straight over towards Biver he goes. Biver trying to get out of the ultimate, turns again with the stolen Astro. He's going to be able to hold back the Monkey King, and Biver's going to be able to walk away.
Wow.
We've seen Biver
out of there,
making a lot of really cute plays, actually, just with this obviously very easily stolen spell, taking the Astral from Nisha, and getting a huge amount done with it in terms of sort of saves and setups.
Yeah, it's always been looked at as a hero that's very good versus the OD. And now just, I mean, with this new wave of Arcane Supremacy too, like the cast range is actually so nice. Because that's sometimes a spell where the cast range can be a little iffy, but having this little bonus is it's a lot easier for his position. Yaps are just constantly on the threat, immediately in Vendettas as soon as he respawns looking.
What?
Gets the Carapace, but he's disarmed. Can't Vendetta hit him.
He's going to have else to offer to burst through 9. 9. This game, Maelstrom is yours. Nothing too surprising. 33, halfway in on the Aghanims. Continue to make good progress, and still, yeah, Skeeter he's at the top. Battle Fury's done. Not actually going to go straight for the Battle Fury into the Ags by looks of it. Wants to pick up at least the Yasha. Maybe we'll see the full Manta come out from him in this game. A little worried, I guess, of sort of potential. What Silence was Zai building the Orchid?
The Zai Orchid.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest that he's afraid of. It also gives him some nice stats if he does want to go for it. He switches it immediately.
Okay. I mean, I guess if he feels that he can play in a way that he's not going to be caught, you know, he doesn't need to remove anything, any sort of debuff as such. Yeah. And obviously, the sooner you are able to get that Ags online with the Battle Fury, the better the hero's going to play.
This Orchid is very impactful though for Zai. He hasn't gotten a chance to use it really just yet, but versus all three, I mean versus everybody, of course, on the enemy side, but versus the Chorus, it's incredibly effective. The Pango and the Bruin, he can really change the tides of a fight with a good silence. Yeah. Mudgolems, they're keeping themselves farming, but they're falling further and further behind on the gold. The map is starting to dwindle a little bit too.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, Skeeter, he's sort of the only one keeping on track. They're both
Yeah.
9 and 33.
Oh,
Quite keeping
33.
up. In a nice little hidey hole in the trees here.
really is. Look at him.
Aware of this at all.
Fada?
They're not going to look to poke at Fada. Fada trying to go for the D-ward. Silence comes in to put a stop to the follow-up stun. Nature's Wrath comes crashing through. Isn't enough to kill Fada off, and now the Rolling Thunder's out. 9 charging across towards Yapsor. He's able to find the stun, but now the Silence from Zai comes in. Wukong's commands down into the Boundless Strike. They've caught the brew, but have they got the damage? 33 is Astraled up for now. Sanities comes crashing down. It's enough burst to get the kill. 33 will fall, and now the chase continues for Morse. Matu into the trees, looks over towards Fada. Astral will finish him off from Nisha. 2 quick kills, and Zai coming in clutch with that Orchid. That little silence just stopping 33 from finding the opportunity to get the ult off. And into the trees, Skeeter, he's found Matu. Matu was jumping across the tree line pretty deep. Skeeter spots him out, still fighting into an advantage of numbers on the side of Secret though, so can't really chase to finish the kill. Low HP on Matu will mean that Secret do have to back up though.
That was a little close there for Matu, but we see Secret all in position, ready for this fight. And even though it looks like maybe the Nyx is going to go down there, this is that thing, you know, Kyle mentioned it on the panel, too, is just the way that they play around this Chen. Is the mech, the Hand of God comes out, your ultimates just get completely negated. The Harpy. And Puppy even denying the ward that he had placed there, just expecting it to get dewarded. Themselves real clean in this game, not looking to make too many mistakes. And they're rushing the BKBs. So in order, that's one of the ways to counter the Brewmaster split, counter the Pango ulti too. Get those 2 BKBs online for the OD and the Monkey King. You're going to be able to stand still inside the fights a lot easier. That's exactly what they're rushing for.
Yeah, that smoke screen as well. Always
yeah, the smoke screen as well.
Big nightmare for these heroes to stand their ground and fight around. Top lane.
9 set up top. Yeah, short.
The opening, Zai's in. Silence is there.
Oh,
Do have the defensive Astral, and that'll buy time for 9 to pop the swashbuckle. It's not going to save him though. Zai with that final little right click, pushing 9 over the edge. Continue to find kills. Nisha trying to go for some bit of a sneaky split push here with the Meteor Hammer and the Blink. I mean, it will work. You can do this from the tree line, easily get away before anyone on Mudgolems is able to close the gap. I mean, their best bet of ever sort of catching him doing that sort of play is through the Pango. And Nisha knows with 9 out of the game, he can get away with this as much as he wants.
I mean, like we said, continuing to just grow their lead, the experience too, and their big timing is really just these BKBs. It's already looking pretty strong for them. They're continuing to apply this pressure on the map, and I mean, I'm seeing Mudgolems hand-holding a lot. They're feeling, I'm seeing them feeling the pressure right now from Secret. They've got their ults at the ready again. They're gonna look to try to make some. Feels like they have to. Feels like they're starting to be a little bit too reluctant on just taking these fights. It's getting out-farmed.
Yeah, and you sort of catch top. I mean, yeah, Yapsor's in prime smoke position, yeah. Stop to this move if Mudgolems come in through the top half of this jungle. Really want to try and find something, but Secret, they're a little too aware of what could be happening. They themselves, all 5 of them in their own jungle, ready for any of these sort of moves to come in.
No heroes showing on the map. I keep seeing Zai sending his treants out to kind of scout stuff out too. So yeah, they have all the information in the world. They knew that they're clumped, and now they're gathering around their bounty. Nisha actually jumping in aggressively.
He does. Piper's able to turn with the telekinesis. Keita's in the front line with the smoke screen. Bounced out. Secret, they don't want to try running into the high ground. They'll back off.
Lost his army there. They dropped real low there. Didn't want to have to blow his Hand of God. That was a little crazy there by Nisha, especially when he doesn't have the BKB finished just yet.
Who needs a cloud?
It's very close. 200 in the recipe will be done by it. You can get a grab onto the Matu, but it
Keeps close.
As Haste Rune, and now the BKB on Matu. It's going to be rather hard to take down. Physical damage, sure they have the Ricky, but it's not going to be to sort of the point where Matu's not going to get away with standing his ground, getting the Wukongs out, building up the Jingu. It's BKB, Monkey King, and as we saw, yeah, pretty much BKB OD is going to be very hard for Mudgolems in the fights if they find themselves in a full 5-on-5.
And they have this triple scaling on the side of Secret, and with these BKBs, they're going to have this really strong mid game. I'm seeing this Pango, this Brewmaster. You want to be able to get the frequency of these ults coming out faster. You get these more successful fights. They're not able to find these opportunities. They're falling behind.
Nisha.
And it's just going to get harder and harder versus that Magic immunity.
Survivor. Just playing with him a little bit. The Astrals against him. Smoke coming in from both Nine and Fata as they head down to join them on this bottom lane. Secret again completely prepared, entirely behind Nisha's OD here in this position.
And they're going to get this D ward too. They're aware that that ward was placed up there from the disable put on Nisha. Zai going to go push out the top lane while the rest of his team is set up on bottom. And they smoked Nine down to try to get this wraparound, but it's feeling reluctant to try to...
It's hard to go in on this.
It's hard. It's weird because like they don't have like that same kind of initiation with a stun. It's very telling when they're going to start a fight on the side of mudgolems. Pango's going to start rolling up. Brewmaster's going to run in and split. It's a lot of different ways for Secret to react. Just get the know that this. Acquiring more and more farm. Puppy now I believe has a full Holy Locket too, so more heals going to be pumped out from him. He also has more levels in Divine Favor. It's going to be counteracting a lot of the damage. On top of those BKBs with heals, it really does feel like mudgolems is going to have a super hard time in these next fight.
So mudgolems play is going to be the Ags done on Ricky. Skeeter going for the BKB next. Again, as every moment passes, Secret as a whole is getting that a bit more out of the map. 9 and 33 falling further and further behind. Just going to start out a bit of a poke and woo! Bye-bye.
Quite a poke.
Yeah. Chance here. Poor supports. They get caught out of position. Secret blow them up in a second. And now Matu. Trying to pounce and see if we can find Skeeter there. Into the trees, the dust is out. Rolling Thunder does come out from 9, but the BKB is there from both Matu and Nisha. Sanity's down. The silence onto the Ricky. Skeeter can't jump out. They do manage to try and get the primal split off, but Secret with these BKBs, they're just too strong. Mudgolems, they have to run, but it's 3 of them dead. Astral set him on towards another 9. He'll swashbuckle out to the side, but these orbs hurt too much for Nisha. As it's starting to look a little spooky for Mudgolems. It just seems like they can't really get anything done now.
No, and the thing is too is that the map just so quickly starts to crumble on you. How in the last few moments, as we've said, like Zai, he's always just pushing out these side lanes. They've only lost the 1 tower, and it's always them just forcing these waves in and making the quick plays, reading the moves for Mudgolems. This is looking pretty impossible already now. They've got everything that they need to fully counter the Mudgolems draft now. With the way that they've moved around and read the map, it's...
And there's sort of just been that whole window this game where the Pango and the Brew, you know, 9 and 33, it's just been so hard for them to do anything with that early mid game, right? These heroes that want to be punishing ideally the cause before they even start to build the BKBs, and Secret just never gave that window of opportunity to for Mudgolems to be able to abuse.
Yeah, it's like the few that they did try to get the setup right, Secret just met them with full. They knew the moves were coming. Yeah, they needed to get, it really does feel like they needed to get much more frequency of ults, better usages of, or just actual usages for Master and Pango, just trying to find Secrets somehow, but yeah, Secrets just kind of masterclass dodged them around. And this, I mean, this lead is just starting to get ridiculous. Almost 15,000 gold lead, all the BKBs have been done now. Top of the Nature's Prophet, and even another item on top. They're gonna need some type of extremely fortunate, like, team fight where Mudgolems is able to start the fight from like the high ground or something. It's unexpected because it always knows.
The full axe complete after the BKB on Matu, so his farm ain't slowing down anytime soon. You know, the amount he cleans up the camps with those extra kings coming out. Of course, in the team fight, the damage that will be done to anyone that sort of tries to jump upon him. I mean, we saw. You know, Skeeter, he's attempting to get into the action, but until that BKB's out, Zai every time is pretty much to save that silence for him to make sure that once the Ricky's in, he's not getting away. He's going to be stuck on the front lines, and Secret are able to blow him up. Well, with some of the big spells that they do have, as you said at the start, the the ult from Nisha, it's going to hurt, and we're seeing that.
Yeah, that's always gonna hurt. And then just if Wukong's goes off and it gets cast in the fight,
he's in the
like
middle.
Brewmaster and Pango just can't go into the fight anymore. They'll get eviscerated. The Roche force mudgolems' hands around the pit. Mudgolems, it doesn't. I don't. Like the 3 BKBs, they can't contest this.
No interest in doing so at all. Mudgolem's not even heading anywhere close to the pit. Just trying to do their best to get Skeeter's BKB done before the next fight gets brought to them by Secret. It's just a recipe away. Should be able to have it. Still just a lot of pressure on him whilst his fights. His other 2 cores aren't going to be able to do much when the BKBs are popped by Secret. Ideally, they've got to try and find a way to those charges out of them so they can find chances to just make moves with the ultimates when Secret's a little bit weaker.
Yeah, it also just, it feels like Skeeter, he needs BKB this game, but it also just feels like it's like, man, I have to go for BKB on Ricky when I went for my 2 setups. He wants to get that big damage that comes out right after this, but now he has to go for this beat. It just feels like Skeeter just probably feels bad having to, because they need him to be just absolutely killing everybody. Surround. Not 2. The bar.
9. One hit there from the orb, sort of taking him down to half HP. Silence out from Zai. They will try and turn with the combo.
Nice
BKBs are out. Skeeter jumps in. Just not quite enough damage to kill him straight up. Hand have got popped by Puppy. Matu being focused, but he still has the BKB and the Aegis. They move in 33 with the primal split, but they've lost Vada. Can they get the kill in? Matu getting low, but he's able to turn. The Sanities comes crashing down. The Wukong's command is out. They're only by the looks of it going to lose Puppy. 33 coming out with the split once more. He's going to turn his attention over towards Yapso, throwing him up into the air, but over towards the side. Zai takes down Biver. 9 has to swashbuckle away. Matu just turning, cleaning up the split, as 33 has to get out of there with the Wind Panda. See if he's able to do so. They've got that control. Nisha holding him back, and boom, with the Boundless, 33 down and out yet again. As they just couldn't quite do it. They can't take down these heroes the once, let alone the twice. Matu getting low, but he still had the Aegis to rely on. It's now 18-5, 20k lead for Secret.
Saw the slight potential of what they were able to do. Let's say if they weren't so far behind, that was the fight that they needed to have happen probably like 10, 12 minutes, because that could have been very successful. They had the perfect setup, great Grimstroke ulti, great Soulbind into lift on both heroes, great Brewmaster ult, but at this point with the farm, everyone's... way too fast.
Yeah, we'll see it once again here on the replay. As you say, Skeeter getting the jump in, doing a fair bit to start things off.
Like, look at that. He was doing a lot of damage right there, and also in the secondary one when we're going to see up north here. Like, look, their heroes are starting to drop kind of low. Like, 9 has to buy back in order for the fight. And then here, he gets another great cleave situation. But they're just a little bit too far.
Matu just able to sidestep out the tricks to trade. Quickly turn things. Close to the point where Mudgolems are going to have to pull off some sort of a base defense. They can try and do Matu. Just setting up onto Biver. Biver's gone. He's going to be out. He's not going to be here to try and help hold with the rest of his teammates. The Secret begins sieging the bottom lane. BKB now done on Skeeter. See what sort of a difference that makes. See if he's able to pop it and at least commit maybe onto one of the squishier heroes, the supports. See if he can find some sort of action during that magic immunity. Secret, they're just standing their ground. Jump forward from Skeeter, he's looking to try and poke something out of Nisha, but Nisha's able to just step out of the side. Silence is out to Matu, but he just moves in and beats down onto Fada. The racks are being taken.
He died to the statues. He walked into the statues and the monster died.
And when a Monkey King's as farmed as Matu is at this stage of the game, that's going to happen. A lot of damage coming out from this. Skeeter, he's in. And he's out. Didn't get the chance to pop the BKB. They just killed him that quickly. Just enters into an opening stun. 9 trying to roll his way out of this, but he can't do so. Big ult comes dropping down from Nisha. As this one's getting messy. And there it is. They'll tap out of this one. GG is called. Secret certainly turning up in secret fashion here with his first game. They're showing here in the DPC. 23-5, 31k lead here at 31 minutes. And other than there's sort of what the two blunders, right? They let that kill up go in the mid lane from Nisha and then Matu up top. But you can imagine after that, Puppy probably had some pretty stern words with the team. And then there were no mistakes after those two.